tension here, and now, bang, 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 bang. He's gonna be real soon.
He clips him behind the head. That's it.
So the guy shot in, he's got a single leg. Now you could choose to sprawl and go to front headlock and get behind him and all that stuff that we've gone over. It's definitely a good option, but it's also good to have an ace in the hole that the wrestler won't really understand quite as deeply, right? Like if you're gonna use just wrestling techniques to try to beat a wrestler, it's gonna be kind of tough because they've just been doing it for longer. So they'll understand the movements, they'll have specific defenses that are already pre-programmed and probably have been programmed into their system since they were a young child, right? So we're gonna use the Kimura in order to flip them and turn this into an offensive cycle from the defensive cycle, okay? So I'm gonna use the Kimura to throw and then get to T position. Now, once I have T position, there's several different options that we're gonna cover. We can take their back, we can use it to get on top into a crucifix, and we can also finish that Kimura, okay? The guy's got a single, head on the inside. If his head is on the outside, don't do it. If I try to go and attach to this Kimura right now, very likely I'm gonna get lifted. I'm gonna get lifted and then my face is gonna end up right there on the ground. And because of my arms being attacking this Kimura, right, I'm not gonna have the ability to take my arms out. I'm gonna eat the floor hard, okay? Rose Namajunas, don't do it. Head inside single. This is a good time to do this. Depending on his position, it will be more or less available, right? With this head position way up here, I'm never gonna get to that far arm. But with his head position up, it's really easy to get under his head and break his grip. If he's a little lower, closer to your hips, okay, it's gonna be hard to lift him up, but it's gonna be easy to drape over. So I'm gonna drape, I'm gonna reach both arms over. My arm that's closest to the legs is gonna go under his arm. My arm that's closest, I'm gonna launch him. And now, we're in this T position. Okay, I keep my hands locked. I need to separate his hands next. Okay, so I'm gonna lock my triangle like this, and now I'm just gonna pop, dynamic pop. Okay, I'm not just trying to pull statically. Okay, I'm gonna kind of burst my arms and legs. All right, and now I'm gonna put his hand in his belly, and I'm gonna lift his elbow up, like so. Okay, and that's gonna require that reverse motorcycle type grip. Boom, like so. And this is your T position. Okay, so here is your launching pad now for many other techniques. Okay, there's a lot of stuff I can do here, but I've got a really good, strong control position. I can't control all of his movement. He can definitely move, but I know where he can move and I know where he can't move, right? Like for instance, he can't really move towards my legs. If he tries to go to a double leg now, right? Okay, I've got control over this arm. It's not gonna happen, okay? He can roll towards my head. Okay, we go roll towards my head. He can roll towards my head, but I'm gonna keep that elbow elevated. If this elbow gets down to the ground, okay, then now he can really roll toward my head, and that's a problem. Okay, I gotta be able to slow him down, so I gotta keep his hand in his belly, and I gotta lift that elbow up. And my reverse motorcycle grip is what's gonna do that, okay? So you see both of my arms are straight. I'm crossing my wrists over like this, and I'm not really focused on holding the arm with my hands. I'm using my forearms to keep it, like so. Okay, and if he tries to roll up, it's difficult. If he tries to roll up the other way, it's difficult. He can bring his weight over top of me. Okay, this is possible. Okay, we have movements for that. But left and right is gonna be very difficult. He can also slink down. Okay, so slink, yeah, he can go that way. Okay, and we have movements to deal with that as well. Okay, boom, lock it. Now lock the legs, pop, pop, boom. Just as a bonus, we're gonna give you guys the Big Daddy, okay, named after Mr. Gary Goodrich, right? Big Daddy Goodrich. Again, same thing, same Kimura. Hey, boom, I lock. Now maybe this is really hard to break. Okay, I'm just gonna thread this through and create tension on that arm. Okay, even if his hands don't break, I'm just gonna create tension on this arm, right? If his hands break apart here, okay, perfect. I can just go back to my Kimura. But he's holding on for dear life. So I'm just creating tension here, and now, bang, 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 bang. He's gonna be real soon. Gonna get finished guaranteed, or unless he lets his hands go. Now that his hands get let go, okay, I'm not gonna just stay here because I wanna make sure that I can control his movement. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that arm and I'm gonna go start getting on top. Boom. And now from here, I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay, so this one's gonna go through. I'm gonna grab, okay, I'm gonna grab my own head. I'm gonna reach back. His leg is in between his arm is in between my legs. I'm gonna donkey tail. Boom. Okay, and now I've got the same position from the top. Bang, 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 bang. Top side crucifix. Over. Okay, so you can't separate the guy's hands. Big Daddy Goodrich. Bang, 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 bang. Hands separate. Back on the Kimura. Shrimp out. Step over. Okay, legs are one on each side of that Kimura. Okay, we're gonna go switch off here. Put the underhook. Okay, grab your head. Donkey tail, pulling that tight like this. And now we want to triangle it like that, okay? And I'm bringing my elbows in to the temple, okay? Or straight down on the face, orbital, okay? Nose, etc. Okay, now, you're not always gonna get everything perfect, right? And there's a lot of motion that we're creating with this throw. So especially if the guy's a hella explosive wrestler, they're gonna try to roll up to their knees ASAP. And sometimes you won't have your reverse motorcycle grip with the Kimura straight arm lock, keeping that elbow up perfectly. So it's a little slow and the guy gets to his knees. He rolls up, go ahead, roll up towards my head. Yeah, and he gets to his knees like this. Okay, now all is not lost. Okay, there's a few different motions we can make, but I feel the easiest way to get on top is always to just put your head on the ground. Okay, so I put my head on the ground, I bridge, I flip my hips over, and now I'm gonna use my head and my shoulder as a balance point, and I'm gonna cartwheel my legs over his back. And now I'm in topside turtle. Okay, and now from here, I can start doing damage, go to his back, or if I don't want any part of this grappling exchange, I've got good ability to get up, cause damage, get up. So we're here, guy makes it to his knees. As he's going up, I'm gonna get my head on the ground. Okay, I'm gonna do a big bridge, flip my legs over, and now I'm posting on my head and I jump 1 foot at a time over top of that guard like a cartwheel, or over top of that turtle, okay, over his back, just like a cartwheel. And now from here, I'm just running this position like I would normally run it, topside turtle position. You can be like this or like this. I wouldn't keep this grip. I feel like it's a little bit dangerous for him to roll you back that direction. Much better to get this grip. Okay, if I can get this grip, now I can do a whole lot more damage. This is everything that you need to beat the wrestler. They want to hold you on the cage. They want to hold you on the floor, drip sweat in your mouth and your eyeballs, and slide their way to some choke late in the fight. You don't want to fight like that. Rip their knee apart, rip their arm off, grab their neck and strangle it. Okay, make sure you stay safe. Make sure your contract stays safe. Make sure you get into the show. If you can't beat a wrestler, do you really think you're gonna make UFC? You will not make it to the UFC if you cannot beat a wrestler. You need this course. Make sure you get it.